Hello, greetings to you. My name is Ramesh, 21951 A04 If not, of branch ECE, section C. In this presentation, I am going to talk about advantages and disadvantages of written communication. Written communication, one of the best methods to communicate. Writing is one of the oldest known forms of communication. In today's age of information and technology, writing has become a lost art. Advantages of written communication: creates a permanent record, allows you to store information for future reference, easily distributed. All recipients receive the same information. Written communication helps in laying down apparent principles, policies, and rules for running of an organization. It is a permanent means of communication. Thus, it is useful where record maintenance is required. Written communication is more precise and explicit. Effective written communication develops and enhances an organization's image. It provides ready records and references. It assists in proper delegation of responsibilities. While in case of oral communication, it is impossible to fix and delegate responsibilities on the grounds of speech, as it can be taken back by the speaker, or he may refuse to acknowledge, necessary for legal and binding documentation. Disadvantages of written communication. Written communication does not save upon the cost. It costs huge in terms of stationery and the manpower employed in writing or typing and delivering letters. Also, if the receivers of the written message are separated by distance, and if they need to clear their doubts, the response is not spontaneous. Written communication is time consuming as the feedback is not immediate. The encoding and sending of message takes time. Effective written communication requires great skills and competences in language and vocabulary use. Poor writing skills and quality have a negative impact on organization's reputation. Too much paperwork and emails burden is involved. Common etiquettes in written communication. Continuing the continuing with the series of etiquettes in communication, we need to keep certain points in mind while communicating in writing. While written communication affords greater flexibility since it can be edited and both composed and read at leisure or at one's pace. A great deal of care needs to be taken in order to ensure its effectiveness, as it can serve as a point of reference which one can return to time and again, thus creating a more lasting impact. Focus on format. The various formal writing forms have a predetermined, universally accepted format that accompanies them. This format, which is largely based on universal writing conventions, serves to facilitate communication by eliminating miscommunication that may result through random writing skills. Moreover, these formats are likely to change with time due to the evolving nature of communication and technology. For example, the semi block format that was earlier the most relied upon format for letter writing has now given way to the full block format after the widespread use of computers. Structuring of the content. Introduction, body, and conclusion. While writing, one should ensure that the content is well organized with the overview or basic details comprising the introduction. All major points with their explanation and amplification constituting the body, preferably divided to a separate paragraph each for every new point with titles and subtitles if necessary. Ensuring connectivity. The content that comprises a piece of writing should reflect fluency and should be connected to a logical flow of thought. In order to prevent misinterpretation and catch the attention of the reader. Moreover, care should be taken to ensure that the flow is not brought about through a forced or deliberate use of connectives, as this make the piece extremely uninteresting and artificial. Lack of connectivity can often lead to communication gaps, misinterpretation, and doubts. Tempering the content as per the level of formality. The level of formality that is shared between the sender and receiver should define the use of salutations, the vocabulary, the content, the format, and even the medium. Though not integral to the matter communicated. This courtesy helps in creating a balanced impression about the communicator, steering clear of short form. People may not be aware of the meaning of various short forms and may thus find it difficult to interpret them. Moreover, short forms can at time be culture specific or even organization specific and may thus unnecessarily complicate the communication. Importance of grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Improper grammar can at worst cause miscommunication and at least result in unwanted humor and should be thus avoided. So, two spellings can create the same effect or can even reflect a careless attitude on part of the sender. Finally, effective use of punctuations facilitates reading and interpretation and can, in rare cases, even prevent a completely different meaning, which can result in miscommunication. Sensitivity to the audience. One needs to be aware of and sensitive to the emotions, need, and nature of the audience in choosing the vocabulary, content, illustrations, format, and medium of communication. As a discomfort in the audience would hamper rather than facilitate communication. Don't take your audience for granted. Make sure they understand what you are talking. Avoid excessive use of jargon. Excessive use of jargon can put off a reader who may not read further, as unlike a captive audience, the choice of whether to participate in the communication rests considerably with the reader. Excessive use of jargon has not taken anyone anywhere. Awareness of the audience or medium. The medium needs to be chosen as per its suitability to the audience or content, while the content would need tempering as per the medium or audience. For example, while an elaborate message can be sent via a letter or an email, an SMS, the same content may have to be heavily edited. Thank you.